बूढ़ बच्चा सबके लगे लोग पहुँचे ओहिठुना और सबके दवाई हो इलाज हो सब चीज भेटे उपलब्ध है।
दरभंगा जाना पड़ता था, हमें टाउन में जाना पड़ता था, वहां मेडिकल का या प्राइवेट का सहारा लेना पड़ता था। अभी हम लोग यहीं से काम मेरा पूरा हो जाता है। ये है ना सेंटर, बहुत सहारा है हम लोगों का।
इतना ही नहीं, कोरोना के समय में हमने एक बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि की है। हम कह सकते हैं कि जब लोग सड़कों पर निकल नहीं रहे थे, लोगों को बाजार जाने में डर भी लग रहा था और एक लॉकडाउन की स्थिति भी थी, उस समय जो लोग फोन करते थे उन लोगों को होम टू होम, डोर टू डोर आपको दवा का सप्लाई मिल जाता था।
IIT एलुमनी हम लोग के साथ है, लाखों आदमी का आशीर्वाद हम लोग के साथ है, तो हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे। इफ यू वांट टू बिल्ड अ स्ट्रॉन्ग वर्ल्ड, then we must work in villages, not just in my village, anywhere in India. You know, just imagine if all of our friends gave us 5 days in some.
Request everyone to take your seats, please. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished alumni members, faculty, staff, family members and friends, I'm Nishani Manohar, the Executive Director of the IIT Madras Alumni Association and your host for this evening. Very warm welcome to each and every one of you here today. I stand before you here today as we gather for the annual General Body Meeting, a yearly event that marks not just the meeting of minds, but a coming together of the past, present, and the future of the alumni community of IIT Madras. I hope you have all taken your seats. We have carefully curated today's program, which is about 100 minutes. Dinner will be served at 8 p.m. on the first floor. I hope you enjoyed this evening as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. There is a slight change in the agenda today, and we will begin the event with an interaction with our special guest here today. I invite Krishnan Narayanan, President of IITMAA, to invite our chief guest and set the stage for this evening.
Yes. Yeah, good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome to this AGM. I'm of course delighted to introduce Vishy Anand. The thing with introducing celebrity like him is I don't need to say anything. Everybody knows who he is. So then I had to go dig a little bit and find out few things about Vishy Anand, which he is good at and bad at as part of doing the introduction. So we all know, of course, chess he is very good at. I recently had the opportunity to interact with him at the Brain Center at IIT Madras, and I found him so thoughtful, so humble. It was fantastic. But the other thing that Anand is also this thing, he won a cooking competition among the chess players. So that's the other good thing. And continuing on that same vein, the one bad thing one thing he's bad at is ordering the sub at a Subway. If you don't know what it is, please check out YouTube. Yeah, of course, we are delighted. Anand, please come on stage. I welcome you to this AGM. And interviewing him will be Sri Vidya. From the 95 batch and the NSO chess champion.
From here only? Okay, for the, as we speak. Okay.
You can be seated.
Everyone, is it audible? Yeah. Okay, now it is. Thank you. So yeah, we are super excited to have Vishwanathan Anand with us today as our chief guest. And I'll do a little bit of formal facts, though I'm sure most of us know this. I think a 5-time world chess champion, and he's beaten so many records in his illustrious career. Right? He became the first grandmaster in India in 1988 and defeated Alexei Shirov in 2000 to become the world chess champion. Right? And he's the 4th player in history to cross the 2800 ELO mark, I think in 2006.
That's right.
Right? And he's been also awarded the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award and the Padma Vibhushan. So, really, thank you so much for being with us today. So I have been a huge fan of yours for more than 3 decades, and I'm sure that's why my friend Shamla was kind enough to, invite me here this time, and really delighted to anchor this event. So just to start with, perhaps Anand, you can share with us, while Krishnan gave us a few unknown facts, maybe something from your personal experience or incidents that you cherish or just bring a smile to your face when you think about it. Yeah.
Okay, so this was back in 1988. I had just become a grandmaster, so India's first grandmaster. And from my perspective, that meant that having a career of a chess player was a very serious option. In fact, once I was a grandmaster, then a lot of the risk had been taken out of it. I knew that I could have quite a comfortable career as a grandmaster, and that's where my thoughts were heading. Anyway, I was invited for a felicitation function in Kerala. So I was taking a train to go there, and then and there was an elderly gentleman seated in my berth. It was time before phones, so we actually had to talk to each other, and we started to converse a little bit, and then he said, "So, young man, tell me, what is it you do?" It seemed like a good moment to test the waters. I mean, it's not. I was still going to do my BCom, but it seemed like a fun time to mention this. So I told him, "I'm a chess player." He thought for a while. Then he said, "But what do you do?" I told him, no, I'm a chess player. I'm planning to make a living from chess and that sort of thing. He asked me some questions. Does your father have a company? So basically trying to place. And you know how it was in those days. Either you're an engineer or a doctor or working for the government, or you were living from meal to meal. So he probed a little bit this way, that way, and then at the end he said, Thambi, tappa edthukada, sort of, young man, don't take it badly, but if you don't mind some advice, it's very difficult in our country to make a living in sports. If you were Vishwanathan Anand, you could probably make a career as a chess player, but otherwise it's very risky, is what he told me.
So did he ever find out who you were?
I'm pretty sure by now he knows, but back then I was quite stunned, and I suddenly didn't feel very natural telling him, so I just kind of moved along.
Oh, that's interesting. It would have been nice to have seen his face when he at the moment of realization. So, well, thank you. That's lovely. And just curious, as you reflect on so many of your successes in the past, are there a few which you think were a turning point or like something that really stands out for you even today?
I think precisely what I spoke about. I became a grandmaster, and it's difficult to exaggerate how life-changing it was, because it was a historical barrier. No Indian had ever become a grandmaster, and we kept on. The one question you were asked in those days if you were a chess player was something about Bobby Fischer. And then, how come India doesn't have any grandmasters, sort of thing? Almost what happened many years later. Why can't we win a gold medal in the Olympics? That sort of thing. But a few months before becoming a grandmaster, I became world junior champion. And I think both those were huge turning points for me, because it opened a door to a chess career, essentially. Certainly, there have been many others, many of the world titles, many big achievements. And on a personal level, you'll remember some school rivalries even more enthusiastically than you remember the big titles. So I think everyone can relate to that. But if I had to pick, I would say those two: 1987 World Junior and Grandmaster.
Sure, great, thanks so much. Just changing track a little bit, I remember, I think back in 96 or 97, there was this, competition between Garry Kasparov and Deep Blue, right, which was very much talked about and was kind of like, artificial intelligence and, okay, it can actually beat can it beat a human being at chess? It was like man versus machine kind of thing and all of that. And today we are in the world of all this chat GPT, generative AI. So how do you think, do you think that's going to change the world of chess and the way you experienced it to the future? How do you think it would actually be?
Yes, as you correctly pointed out, chess experienced this very early. It turned out that, so in computing, I really don't want to tell you guys what to do about computing, but anyway, in computing, chess was one of the barriers to cross, one of the tasks to fulfill. So when Alan Turing himself is supposed to have said that when a computer can beat a human being at chess, that's a very significant day. So it had been a goal for a very long time, and then IBM got to it with this this huge server called Deep Blue. They did it the old-fashioned way, so I'll come to that in a second. And they played one match with Kasparov in '96, which he won. They went 2.5, 2.5. He won the last game, and therefore he won the match. And they immediately offered him a rematch, which he agreed to. In '97, he played, and this time the same thing, 2.5, 2.5 after 5 games, and he lost the 6th game. So, in a sense, Turing's test had been passed. But if you were an insider, you knew that it was a kind of joke because Kasparov basically lost it mentally. He started to complain about the computer's moves. He started suspecting there was a human helping the computer. In effect, he was saying that there was a human being correcting the computer whenever the computer tended to make typical computer mistakes. And so the artificial intelligence is a human sitting inside a box trying to help the computer. So upside down. Anyway, it was one breakdown. It wasn't significant as a test. Tests are supposed to be replicable, right? But in the eyes of the media and the world, that was the historic moment that it happened and people moved on. And then it became reality, which is in a sense that as computers got faster and better, the programming improved, they started winning often, then up to 90%, and then simply every single game they would win against us. So the matter ended. And so this feeling, this great disappointment of finding out that your great art, your great passion is something that can be done by a computer, it's quite traumatic at first. But chess players got over it very quickly. By '98, we were used to it. We had that period of disappointment and we moved on. So, but that was old style computing, brute force. Simply, you write a program, get it, the processor gets faster and faster, you have better techniques and it wins. And, but Go was still unsolvable. Then a neural network was able to defeat the world's best Go player, which no brute force computer had managed till then. So if you want to think about artificial intelligence, actually Go is the one which tumbled in. And we could see the Go players, there was Koreans and Japanese, these Go players suffering, and we could remember that's how we suffered once upon a time, sort of thing. And so AI has made some very nice contributions to chess, but in fact, the human-machine barrier was crossed long back.
Yeah. And so do you see actually now AI partnering with chess players and changing the game, or you think it can?
Yes, one of the things that has helped chess grow a lot is everything related to tech. First of all, availability of information. So once upon a time, the closer you lived into some major European city which had a lot of chess players, the further you lived away, the longer it took for you to find out about games and tournaments. So the first databases became available to everyone. It was kind of very fair. Then computers passed us, but we were able to use them to check our analysis. A very super powerful calculator next to you, sort of thing. So you could come up with ideas and leave the machine checking and so on. Then telecommunications got better, and chess fans were able to follow games live and all that. So all started to contribute to chess popularity. And recently, for chess, the internet became our television, where every chess game is broadcast live with commentary, with thing, and it's just like watching TV, except you're watching it on the internet. So all these things, tech has helped us a lot. AI specifically, like I said, by the time they came along, and by the way, the impact was great because AI was defeating the old programs by huge margins. So there was a significant jump. It's just from a human perspective, it's like something going 500 kilometers an hour and something going 700 kilometers an hour. From our perspective, it's irrelevant. But you can see that there is something significant happening there. And having passed that, we are now at the stage where AI keeps on throwing very interesting stuff at us, things that contradict our understanding of chess, our understanding of the world, and so on. And we're trying to figure it out, and then it contradicts itself. So we think, okay, now we have to understand that instead. Then it'll go back and say, no, what I said 2 years ago was correct, and then you're back. And so it's dizzying, but anyway, it's fascinating as a learning process. And it's possible that AI will have lots of very intelligent applications in the future. Imagine, for instance, that I tell the computer, look, I have lost 6 games. Can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? Now, an old computer could not answer that question. But an AI program could tell you, I have found 60 games which are very similar to the ones you have lost. If you work through all these exercises, you might get better at this. So there are very, very exciting possibilities. Also, before AI can do that, I think human coaches can ask, please give me 20 examples that look like this, and then it gives it to you, and then the coach can use it to train. And so there are very, I think, interesting applications to discover, to understand chess better. And that's, I think, what will happen going forward.
Okay, cool. So we'll see. So look forward to something different.
It's actually quite fascinating,
so
and it becomes available to everyone. So that is nice.
So I think maybe we'll open up some questions to the audience as well. If anybody would like to ask a question. Yeah, I think we have.
Hello.
Hi.
Do we expect ELO ratings of 3,200 because AI is helping us?
That's a different problem because what is happening is ELO ratings, especially the way they calculate it in chess, are only your strength relative to everybody else. So unless you become stronger than everybody else, your rating only will not hit 3,200 or any such number. And the second problem is, if everybody is going up, then it's just inflation. So what are you comparing it to becomes the problem. But I take your point. The thing is, chess players will get stronger and stronger because they'll be trying out lots of strategies that maybe 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, people were just thought were bad. But chess understanding is changing so much, so fast that the modern generation of players are fundamentally stronger than 30, 40 years ago. You can see the error numbers. Error numbers go down. I mean, usually a game is decided by one disaster, but not by many, many errors. Defensive techniques are better. So the average chess player is getting stronger, but I don't think you'll get an ELO number to prove it. Thank you.
Thanks, Vishy, for the. You're able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Vishy, for the lovely photograph along with you. I am myself a chess player. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Vishy, for the lovely photograph because it was my dream to have a photograph with you. I am myself a chess player, and as you rightly said, In 72, when I played the Nationals, we had only one international master, Malloy. Nobody else. And I recall, later on I was with the Indian Oil. And 87, your great victory in the junior championship paved the way for introduction of chess in the Petroleum Sport Promotion Board, which has got about 10 companies. And 50% of the grandmasters are in these companies. In fact, your contribution to the popularity of the game of chess is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Extremely great. Number one. We could use it nicely. And the logic they said for not including chess was, it is not a team game and does not have physical activity. So I could use the power of, C.K. Naidu's grandson, V.K. Naidu, who's our sports, sports manager, to budge these points and get it through. So what I want to say, your contribution to the game of chess in this country with about 85 grandmasters today, and I'm sure it is going to become 100 shortly.
Thank you.
Maybe 150, maybe 200. So
Thank
one
you.
more point
Yeah.
what I want to ask you is, what are the
Just
ways-
keep it to Chris, since we have many people, maybe we just keep the questions a bit crisp.
My main question is, what are the variants in chess you are going to introduce to make it better? This is my question to you.
Okay. So I don't have too many variants planned, but of course I try many of them. One thing is Fisher random, which is basically to shuffle the first row. That was, as the name suggests, suggested by Fisher many years back, because he said there's too much theory. I have also played no castling chess, which is where both sides cannot castle, but everything else is the same. Again, that's very strange because we do everything in the center in how we play chess, but there everything happens through the flanks because the king is stuck in the center and blocking everything. So you change one rule and the effects are huge. And for the rest, we are just restricted to what our imagination. You can change any rule. Before you had to find volunteers to play it with you. Now you just go to AI and say, play a million games and tell me what's happening. So that sort of thing will happen.
Hello, sir. I'm Radhakrishnan, retired professor from IIT. Recently, we see in paper that Gukesh has overtaken you in terms of points or something. Is it correct, or what do you say about that?
Yes, it's correct. I think the newspapers managed to get that one right. So I was ninth in the world, and Gukesh started winning points in this FIDE World Cup that is happening in Baku now, and he overtook me. So he then became ninth in the world, and I dropped to 10th. I'm happy to report that one other player dropped 2 points, so I'm back to number 9. But he's still ahead of me. And yes, it was a historic achievement because I've been number 1 in India since 1987, basically. And so after 37 years, for the first time, I've been overtaken by someone. I have been semi-retired for the last couple of years. So I'm playing much less than before, which has meant that I'm a fixed target. So the less you play, the less your rating wanders. I mean, it can wander up, but equally likely it can wander down. So you could say that I was at some midpoint and then Gukesh has crossed that.
So I think just to add to that, I understand you also mentored Gukesh, right?
Yes.
So
So,
in fact, that's a proud moment probably.
Yes, I started an academy a couple of years back. So this company called Westbridge Capital, they wanted to support chess and came up with some ideas. And so Gukesh, Pragnananda, Nihal Sarin, Raunak, amongst the girls, Vaishali, Savita, so many of them, Leon, all of them, all are best juniors. And by the way, I put a bar saying anybody who is 14 years old and is already a grandmaster. And there were 5 of them already then. So you got a sense of what kind of talent we have. And I've been working with them for 3 years now through this academy.
One question. I used to play bridge and chess also. How do you compare the bridge card game with the chess?
The main difference is simply that all the information is on the table in chess. So there is nothing that one person knows that the other person doesn't know, except what I'm thinking, and that's obviously the thing. In bridge, in poker, and all these things, there are different branches of information. I mean, everyone has access to some pieces, and some pieces you have to imagine and guess. In chess, everything's on the table, so to speak. And that's the biggest difference, I think, between chess and games like cards. They're challenging in very different ways. But games of chance or games with incomplete information were thought to be harder for the computer. But even there, AI is solving it. Just like AI was able to solve Go, AI is able to play better. So already it's happening. I don't know exactly the status in bridge, but I'm happy that chess is not alone in having cheating scandals. We now have them in bridge. We have them in poker. So everybody join the party.
Wish I have two quick questions. One is a little more on the serious note, which is like reflecting back on your career. What were the absolute low points when you felt like giving up, right? But you obviously didn't. You here with us here, right? In a world champion 6 times. So that's one thing. The second, on a lighter vein, right? You're both a great chess player and a great cook. So what is it we can feed our kids so that they can become the next grandmasters? And what's your daily routine as well, right?
So I'll start with the second one. In case we run out of time, that's the more important one. So the cooking thing, there were all the grandmasters in a tournament in Norway. So Carlsen, Aronian, Caruana, all the top players. We were all supposed to go and cook. And the idea was there was a chef who would give us instructions at the beginning. And then we were supposed to go off. We were all given the same ingredients. And we were all supposed to make a hollandaise sauce. And so all the participants were doing it, but then they got lazy and they stopped. I was the only one who listened to the instructions till the end. I mean, he said, you do it a lot and the sauce will be much nicer. So I kept on at it till he told me, okay, now you can really stop. And I stopped. And it turns out if this is not a field in which you're an expert, listening to instructions is one of the best strategies, is what I discovered in this thing. Anyway, it's nice to talk about cooking, but I suppose the best cook amongst chess players is as big a title as the best chess player among some cooks. So, and now to the first question. Yes, quite often I've had moments when well, you say, I never want to play this stupid game again, I hate it, all that, but of course you don't mean it. But nonetheless, I often stopped for a month or even a month and a half, no chess, stop cold. And then till your desire that's the main thing, your desire to look at the game comes back, and from that everything builds up again. It's happened multiple occasions. After the World Championship in 2002, after the World Championship in 2001, which I had won, and then when the one I lost, after that I had a slump. I had a slump a few years later. It usually comes in unexpected moments because I guess nobody would, we always try to avoid it, but it comes anyway. And then it happened after I lost my title again in 2013 and so on. So quite often it comes, and each time you come back, but it's a fresh start.
Good evening, sir. It's a pleasure and privilege to interact with you. This is Arun Sandipiyar.
Thank you.
And an alumni of IIT here. Two quick questions. One is, over the so many decades as a professional, you have given checkmates for so many top international players. I wanted to ask, life has given you any checkmates to you where you wanted to recall any interesting incident, you overcome that? Any instance where life has given you a checkmate and you are able to defeat it? Second question is...
If I can, in the interest of time, we'll just restrict to one question.
Sure.
Yeah, because we have a hard stop at 6:30.
Sure.
Thank you.
The second one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay,
Sorry.
So
one question.
I'll answer the question.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things about chess, one of the myths about chess is that checkmates never happen. People resign long before that. But whenever I've shot an ad film or there's chess in the movies, they always make a checkmate dramatically. What's even worse, they make a checkmate in a position I can see on the screen. It's impossible. I mean, the position they had before, the king is out in the open, and it's just not possible. So anyway, yes, it's happened quite often. I mentioned in my career, sometimes the thing stops. One example I will think, I was going to the World Championship in Sofia to defend my title. I was going to leave on April 15th. It's a 1.5 hour flight or something. I would have landed on the 15th, gone to the hotel. That day we were just going to relax. 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, we were going to work and try to get ready for this match. 14th, the Icelandic volcano goes off. Airspace starts shutting down. First Scandinavia, then Northern Europe, and then the whole continent, touching Bulgaria as well. We kept waiting for 3 days, couldn't go there. Then we hired a van. We drove for 40 hours. All the time thinking, if airspace opens, there's a plane going to overtake us, you know. So that's also very bad. We reached Sofia on 20th morning at 4. And so my whole plan to get there well rested and be ready to play was thrown off. But what to do? You, as you say, checkmate. So you put some water in your face and you start to prepare. So that's maybe the most dramatic example that I've had to face.
Oh, that's tough. So, yeah, I think we'll conclude the questions from the audience in the interest of time. And maybe just one quick thing, Anand, before we close. Can you share with us maybe, you know, what's your favorite haunt in Chennai or a favorite movie or something? Something we...
Okay, I haven't watched Jailer yet. But haunt, one of my classmates owns Matsya, so I often end up there. I like to catch up with my classmates. So a lot of my schoolmates, we actually didn't see each other for many years. Then we had our 20th reunion, and after that we all keep in touch quite well. So I try to.
Awesome.
Just like you apparently. So.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. It's truly been a pleasure having you with us. And yeah, we look forward to maybe having you at one of our events soon. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I now call Jayapriya Devi, Vice President of IITMAA, to give the thank you remarks and a small token memento to Mr. Anand Vishwanathan.
Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure listening to you. And also in an era when taking pictures of food in a restaurant is a vocation, he's managed to create chess as a sought after vocation that no longer people say only if you are Vishwanath Anand, you can be serious about chess. Anybody can become serious about chess, and that's all thanks to you. There are so many people who aspire to be you, to know the other side of you, and this was one of the opportunity for us where we got to see the other side of you, and all the navarasas of you. We had got to see the humorous side and also the contemplative side and so many other things. One of the biggest takeaway I would feel from this whole conversation was, in an era where we are actually very much scared of what AI is going to do to us, there is so much of learning which we can have from AI. And we are a set of people who actually create it and also fear from it. So this has been fantastic learning for us to know how we can leverage the power of AI, use it to our advantage and better ourselves. Thank you so much for accepting to be here with us, and we would like to give you a small token of our appreciation.
Thank you.
This is for Madam.
We also have a small token for Sri Vidya. Thank you, Sri Vidya, for anchoring the session so well. Yes, Krishnan, all yours. The stage is all yours. Krishnan has a special book, signed copy of the book, Empowering India, just for Anand. Oops. That was a lovely session. Thank you once again, Mr. Anand and Srividya, for entertaining all of us with stories, some of which we didn't know. Moving on to the official AGM program, I now invite Krishnan Narayanan, President of the Alumni Association, to give his official welcome address and launch the session.
You know, they say chess, right? So go with your best first move. That's what we did with Vishwanathan Anand. Okay, so anyway, good evening, everybody. And, thank you. Welcome to this AGM. They say, you're a student, for a few years in your life, and then you are alumni for the rest of the life. So welcome to this AGM of the IIT Madras Alumni Association. Now, as Sashi Kapoor says in Diwar, only us IITM alumni can say, "Mere paas maa hai." Okay, and today I want to talk to you about the deeds of IITMAA. Deeds, that is dreams, execution, engagements, and dreams. We dream a lot. So the first dreams, Dr. Abdul Kalam said, dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts. Thoughts result in action. And so, the executive committee of IITMAA, took charge 2 years back. We put together a strategic plan. There were 3 focus pillars that we thought of, community spirit, thought leadership, societal impact. And then we articulated 2 ambitious and audacious goals. One was called Mission 5,000 Ignited Minds. That is to get 10% of our alumni as volunteers. And Mission Million Smiles. That is through our actions, create impact and bring about 1 million smiles. So that was dreams. Now to execution, E. Steve Jobs, he said to me, ideas are worth nothing unless executed. Execution is worth millions. So I'm very happy to say that we could actually launch and sustain a number of activities and innovative programs along these 3 dimensions. So there's, in community spirit, we had things like Click, Yari, which were all student alumni mentoring, We Care for alumni well-being. We hosted 13 alumni reunions. Thought leadership, we had the Sangam event. We anchored writing a book, The Empowering India, which has been published by the Indian Academy of Sciences, started by Sir C.V. Raman. And then in societal impact, we had initiatives like Aqua Map, which is a water center. We had the SIAG group. We worked with the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor, and so on and so forth. There were many things that we did. In all, I say over the 2 years, and it was staggering to see these numbers. If I may say so myself, we conducted 197 events, right? So that's, it's like 197 events. So it's nearly 2 events a week, 150 to 102 events a week, 32,000 attendees, and an outreach of reaching several lakhs. And in fact, with respect to the missions, I'm very happy to say, okay, so that we did cross 100% in both the missions. We had 102% as of 1st August, 102% on Mission Ignited Minds and 112% on Mission Million Smiles. Those are the numbers. So that's the execution. Now we come to the next E, which is engagements. Margaret Mead, the anthropologist, said, a small group of thoughtful people could change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And, we could not have accomplished whatever we achieved in IITMAA without the phenomenal support of our alumni, volunteers, right? So we are extremely thankful to each one of them for their effort and commitment. We also received outstanding support from IIT Madras. We are extremely thankful to Director Kamakoti who could not join us today because he was traveling, Dean Mahesh, and several other faculty members and others from the Institute. I also sort of appreciate the passion and support of all my colleagues of the EC. I also would like to acknowledge the incredible efforts of the previous ECs in sort of building a platform for us. Kudos to the good execution of IITMAA under the leadership of Nishani. Thanks to our partners, and so it does take an entire village for such to actually accomplish such deep engagements. So that's DEE. Now the final D, F, dreams, the final dreams. Yeah, we started with dreams, but now I want to quote Maya Angelou, the poet, who says, "It's not where the dreams take you, it's where you take your dreams." Right? And so, what's next for IITMAA? The new IITMAA Executive Committee is in place under the leadership of Shamla. So, best wishes to them. I'm sure they will craft new strategies for the next 2 years, bringing in new ideas, perspectives, and so on, while nurturing some of our current initiatives. And then with all your support, I'm sure IITMAA will go to newer and better places. So talking about newer and better places, we also now run the IIT Madras gift shop. So along with our regular communication to all alumni, don't be surprised if IITMAA now starts selling you RD Tallupadi discount offers. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishnan. Thank you. And now call Shamla Rajaram, Secretary of the IIT Madras Alumni Association, to deliver the official secretary report. Thank you.
Hi everybody, it's so wonderful to see a full hall here. Thank you all for taking time off this evening to be here with us. And it's been really 2 years, as Krishnan said, an amazing work that's gone behind all this, and I'm really excited that I have the opportunity to present the report today to all of you. The current EC, we have reached 50,000 plus alumni across the globe and across the ages. The diverse group of alumni work through various programs, interest groups, combination of online and offline events to create this engagement. We are proud to present that we have met our goals and 50,000 alumni have participated in our events. As Krishnan mentioned, close to about 200 events, 123 online and 74 in person. We conducted reunions for 13 batches, and there were about 1,000 alumni and family members who participated in them. We launched a new chapter in Coimbatore, and we also have the Coimbatore chair here amongst us, and we're very proud about it. And 4 other annual chapter meets, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, and Delhi. From an EC team that just came out of COVID, we were so, wondering how we're going to manage to do in-person events. I feel like great pride in the fact that we launched a chapter and also had 8 chapters join us for the Foundation Day with close to 500 attendees across the globe. The Willkommen, which is an event where we welcome the alumni, the new incoming alumni into IITMAA, also had 3 batches, the 2021, 22 and 23, 6,000 young alumni graduating. Yes, our prided programs are the Student Alumni Connect programs, starting with CLICK, the Career and Life Coaching, Disha, which is a direction ahead, where we work on placement support, Yari, Yours Always Alumni Relationship, a connect for every student of IIT in the campus with their alumni. Click, Disha and Yari together impacted close to 4,500 students. We Care initiative on health and wellness, parenting programs, insurance programs, and lifelong learning programs were programs that directly impacted the alumni. Some of the alumni interest groups and initiative towards social impact included the work of the SIAG team, IITMAA, and the gamification projects. We also launched a book, Empowering India, Ideas and Actions by Scientists and Engineering, contributed by 40 alumni and 60 other scientists and engineers. It has indeed been an amazing 2 years, and a big shout out to the current EC, Krishnan, the President, Jaipriya, Vice President Rama, Treasurer who's not here, but we have a video message, Joint Secretary VT Gopakumar and Mr. Gokul Bala, and EC members Yadav and TL Prasad. One thing I would like to really say is that this team has been very systematic, involved, and also very consistent. There is not one meeting that all of them were not present. Everybody took time to participate in giving direction and were directly involved in making all this happen. And without this support, this couldn't be real. And also a big part of this journey were the chapter chairs, who are an equal important part of this. And like Krishnan already mentioned, the IITMAA team, their dedication and passion, and to move mountains and actually make all our dreams reality. So thank you so much. I think they need a big round of applause, and 3 cheers to Nishani and all the team. Well done. Thanks everybody once again, and look forward to engaging with all of you as the new president. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamala. The complete AGM report is available on our website. You should have also received an email with the report. We have a couple of copies over here if anyone wants to take with you to refer. Moving on, I'm now presenting the MOM of last year, which is available to all. I request 2 members to propose the MOM. Thank you, thank you. And I request 2 members to second it. Thank you. Thank you, members. I now present our treasurer's report through a video.
Good evening and a warm welcome to all. And it's been a wonderful 2-year term with IIT MAA, and thanks for the opportunity to serve as treasurer. As I come to the end of my term, I am pleased to present the key figures of the audit report of financial year 22-23. The income during this financial year is 1,77,30,572. The corresponding income during the last financial year is 89,89,803. The expenses during this year has been 1,64,54,284 as against 84,86,681 during the same period last financial year. Thus, the excess of income over expenditure in this financial year is 12,76,288, while the last year's has been 5,03,122. The corpus has thus been increased to 3,03,28,302 at the end of this year from 2,94,34,900 at the end of the last year. Thank you very much for your patient attention to my brief presentation. The detailed audit report is available to you for your perusal. In case you have any queries, please address it to the IITMAA office and the same will be answered in due course. At this juncture, I would like to extend my warm welcome to the new executive committee members and wish them a great time and all the success to take IITMAA operations to the greater heights. Thanks to one and all. Thank you.
RV Associates is our auditing partner, and we would like to appoint them for the upcoming year as well. Can I please have 2 alumni members to propose this? Thank you. And 2 to second this. Thank you. Our dear Professor Kamakoti, Director of IIT Madras, was unable to make it and join us here today. However, he has sent a special message. Request Rakesh to play the video, please.
Vanakkam, a very, very hearty welcome to the annual general body meeting of the IIT Madras Alumni Association. Again, apologies that I could not come in person and hence I am meeting you through this video. The first AGM after IIT Madras had been rated number 1 in the NIRF ranking for the 5th consecutive time in the overall category and the 8th consecutive time in the engineering category, and all this would not have been possible without the support of you alumni. You are very important to us, and as we see the growing strength of alumni, both in numbers and also the level of participation in IIT Madras related activity, it has become phenomenal and we have a much longer journey in front of us. Friends, this year we had a lot of milestones that we have achieved. IIT Madras is the first of the IITs to have set up a campus outside India in Tanzania. And Professor Preeti Agalyam will be the first Dean and Director in charge of the IIT Madras Zanzibar campus. So if some of you are visiting that part of the world, please do go to the campus and spend some time there with the students. And whatever you can help for that campus to grow, I'll be extremely grateful for the contribution. The next important milestone this year, friends, we have started, in my opinion, the world's first ever approach to medical science and engineering. We have started a BS in medical science and engineering, and the admission to this program is through ISER aptitude test, and we have got the top candidates, the top rankers in the ISER aptitude test as our students. The courses have begun and it's a very exciting journey. I am also very happy to note that the IIT Madras Alumni Association is slowly getting formed at different parts of India. It was basically concentrating on the metros. I was very fortunate to interact with the alumni at Coimbatore. So there is an alumni association that is started in Coimbatore. Coimbatore is a very important place. As you know, in my opinion, it is the birthplace for entrepreneurship and innovation. And I am extremely happy that the Coimbatore chapter has started. And I wish that chapter and many more chapters to come and all the very best in spreading the message of IIT Madras to common public. Friends, the IIT Madras for All, IITM for All program has caught up very nicely. We have a lot of government school children who have come and joined our BS Data Science, and many have applied for our BS Electronic System programs. In addition, this year from Tamil Nadu Government School, we have 2 students joining our BTech program, clearing our JEE Advanced. This is the impact that we are having. In addition, the out-of-the-box thinking course, there are several thousands of people who are registering, and there is a lot of response to that. In addition, we have set up 180 rural interaction center, 80 in Tamil Nadu and 100 in Varanasi, and now we are seeing a huge increase in the number of such centers that are going to come up. Again, I make a request to the alumni. If you know a village where you can coordinate, try help setting up a rural interaction center. It's just a very big television, one video camera and an internet connection, and somebody to manage it on a daily basis, and the students can come there, assemble and take the classes, and this has proved to be extremely useful. I must also place on record that all the villages where we had an intervention, we have seen 98% pass percentage in the recently concluded public examinations, both 10th, 11th and 12th. The next important milestone is that there is a wonderful book published by Krishnan and Professor Pradeep on empowering India, and specifically why it is important in the context of alumni is that it has covered around 40 alumni, their contributions, and that makes it extremely exciting. This book was released by the Honorable Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhanji in the Akhil Bharatiya Shiksha Samagam in the last week of July. It was held at New Delhi. Now, there have been a lot of other important activities by the Alumni Association, specifically on the societal impact. I am very, very happy to note that some of the projects that are taken by the alumni under the auspices of the Alumni Association have reached around 50,000 households in Tamil Nadu and Bihar. I am also happy that we have launched a IIT Madras gift shop in the Heritage Center. So visit the Heritage Center so that you remember all the great days that you had, and you may be fortunate enough to see your photo there. We are continuously replacing the photos so that we have tons of photos, so every photo finds some time in the Heritage Center. And then you carry some very interesting souvenirs of IIT Madras that you can give to other alumni. So please come and visit the Heritage Center and the IIT Madras gift shop. I am also very happy that the IIT Madras Alumni Association has introduced this IITM Alumni Awards for all the activities the alumni are involved, specifically to keep the Alumni Association vibrant. I am very happy that our Alumni Association is one of the best, most vibrant, most societally relevant, and at the same time contributing back to your alma mater. I wish that this activity continue for a very, very long time. We have many agenda in our place. Specifically, we are opening up a school for sustainability. We are also planning to open a school for data science and AI. And then there are a lot more of outreach activities we would like to do. And in all these things, I request that the alumni participate and make your alma mater proud, and that you also get a lot of satisfaction of having served our country. Last but not the least, I would extend my heartfelt congratulations to the current executive committee and also take this opportunity to welcome the newly elected executive committee. I will take the next opportunity to meet you physically, and then we can arrive at a sort of a roadmap or a plan by which we can effectively collaborate between the Alumni Association and the institution and take forward some of our common interests and goals, specifically in the interest of our country and interest of our public. Thank you very much, and I wish this annual general meeting a great success. Namaste.
Thank you, Professor Kamakoti, for this lovely, personal, heartwarming message to all the alumni members. And now invite Dean, Alumni and Corporate Relations, Professor Mahesh Panchagnulla, to deliver the keynote address.
Good evening. It's a delight to see a full hall, and it's an even bigger delight to see alumni from several parts of India today here. I happen to meet a few who have traveled for the annual general body meeting. First, I want to start by thanking them for making the trek, and I know it's an effort and a choice we make. Even today, there's a Rahman concert in town, for those of you that don't know. There's a movie playing at OIT. There is, of course, family at home, and several of us choose to come participate in Alumni Association activities because it brings us a certain joy. It brings us a certain kinship and camaraderie. This is our forum to relive our younger person days. I love this old Billy Joel song where he says, there's a song called Piano Man where he says, I remember my the Billy Joel in younger man's clothes. Every time he was relating to somebody who says these fora present that opportunity to think of ourselves as still being 20 plus and sort of go back to those days, go back to our old IIT Madras days. A deer walking by, and I can remember one of the classmates pulls out a cigarette and holds out, and the deer takes a puff. 3 a.m. night chai at Taramani, sitting on little concrete blocks. OIT movies at 8 a.m. with all the profs sitting in the bowl and all of us nicely laid out with pillows. And, passing snide remarks about the happenings on in the movie, wisecracks. Those were all times that allowed us to grow immensely. One of the things that IITs have done exceptionally well is to bring a group of people that are somewhat like-minded and place them all in one tiny half a square kilometer area in each campus. And that extremely high concentration of like-minded, high IQ individuals completely changes the dynamics of how each of us ends up thinking. And apart from all the curricular education, I think this cannot be discounted. This is probably a close second, if not ahead, of the curricular education in many of our minds. Some of these friendships have remained our lifelong social network as well. Very often, anytime I go to meet alumni, in the US, wherever I travel, I see that the class of, 81 has done social get-togethers. Their kids have grown up together. So for the sin of having cracked one stupid exam together, those kids are now growing up together. So that's the power of this alumni network. I want to talk a little bit about the couple of years that have been, and then spend a couple of years talking about the dreams and aspirations for the next 2 years. Krishnan and team took charge of this association from Shubha in the year 2021. We all remember what, July, August 2021 was like. And Shubha's term ended in July 21, and she saw us through a couple of extremely momentous years where the dynamics of the association, the participation in the association changed quite a bit. And she brought a whole angle of strategic thinking to the association. And Krishnan took that to a completely different level. You saw the report card he presented a little while ago with 5,000 alumni out of the 56,000 total alumni we have been involved in these activities in just 2 years. And that speaks to the appeal, and it also speaks to the programs that have been put in place. Any association like this can broadly serve two purposes. One is to serve its own base. So I keep telling Krishnan and everybody in the executive committee, remember the people that elected you and make sure that they are happier for having elected you. That's our first duty. But we also have a greater calling. Being a very privileged group, having received an extremely subsidized education from the country's best, if not one of the world's best educational institutions, with excellent facilities and friendships that last for life, we have a duty to the country. We have to serve that. We cannot discount the importance of that duty. Maybe there is an intersection set where these two come together. I think finding that group of activities where our base can help the country's goals is where I think our alumni association should take leadership. And that requires grassroots organization. If you take any sort of a strong organization that has a large membership base, like, on the order of 10 power 4, we are talking 56,000. You require an organization at the grassroots level. You require a way by which somebody sitting in Raipur can relate back to one big alumni association. You require it's almost, I can imagine, like a franchisee model, where a Pizza Hut worker in Adyar can relate to somebody in Wichita, Kansas. So there is we have to now look at a way by which we standardize our processes and bring in this kinship going across all of our alumni base. That is my desire for the next 2 years, to see a much bigger movement from the grassroots, which is driven by a set of processes, a set of a structure that we give ourselves that everybody can now relate to and grow in that organization, contribute locally, contribute nationally. Take, Rotary, for example, as an example. Rotary is another global organization where a Rotarian in Chennai, a Rotarian in Machilipatnam near Vijayawada, and a Rotarian in Amsterdam have a way to relate to each other and their kinship. Let's think of what it takes to bring this base together. Alumni Association of IIT Madras is as global as Rotary. We are in 80 plus countries of the world. We have 56,000 people in 80 plus countries of the world, practically the movers and shakers in every country they are in. So this is as big as Rotary, and it should be as well known as Rotary. I want to close with one last thought. Our alumni have been great supporters of this institution. As Kama said, we've been ranked number 1 in the engineering category ever since rankings were invented in India. And that credible achievement stands on 3 legs. Our faculty and staff and their sweat and hard work cannot be discounted. I'm privileged every morning to wake up to work with a group of people who are extremely driven by one desire: to create an even better IIT Madras for the next generation of students. The next leg is our own students. And you have to come feel the energy. Please walk into the campus occasionally and feel the energy that that is very palpable in the campus, and a large part of that energy is due to the students and the ideas they bring to the table. And of course, the third and the largest leg is our alumni base. They've been great supporters of the institution, both financially supporting several of our key initiatives and providing thought leadership and mentorship support, as you saw from what Krishnan talked about. Last year, our fundraising efforts from alumni and other corporate philanthropy reached an all-time high with over 231 crores of fundraising. Several years ago, we saw this potential and created a professional fundraising office, which is led by Kaviraj Nair from the class of 99, and Sujata, Joe was part of it. Subbu has been a leader of this effort. All of these are alumni who are now leading this very important effort to take IIT Madras and its connect to alumni to a completely different level. While the Alumni Association is there to help alumni and to help alumni help students, this office is there to help alumni help IIT Madras directly. So I want to thank all of you for your support of IIT Madras, and I want to leave you all with one ask. And this is something that I think I have left on your plates every time I've talked to alumni wherever. Talk about your alma mater. Wherever you go, if you're at a social event, you're hosting a dinner somewhere, a group of friends come by, figure out a way to bring IIT Madras into the conversation. Talk a little bit about this new institution. If necessary, just host a dinner to talk about IIT Madras. But one of the things we are very guilty of is we rest on our laurels, quite literally, rest on our laurels. We shouldn't be resting on our laurels, we should be helping the institution gain even more credibility and even more strength. Thank you all for this great opportunity. I will welcome Shyamala and the team to lead this association to even greater heights. I always say that Krishnan was a great president, but he will not go down in history as the greatest president ever. Okay. Thank you all.
So I request you to stay back. We'll do a small round of Q&A with everybody. Please, can we have 5 chairs? And I invite Krishnan, Jaipriya and Shyamala to join in. And till we get the chairs on the stage, so we have something special for you. And I would like Shyamala and Krishnan and Jaipriya to hand it over to you. Krishnan, maybe you can set context for this gift.
So I've been warning Professor Mahesh about this gifts. We have actually done a special gift to Professor Mahesh for the wonderful support that he has given us. So what we did is Raghavan here. Yes, please stand up. So Raghavan is from the batch of 96. Please come on stage. Come on stage. So we gave some inputs to Raghavan. We told a little bit about Professor Mahesh, alumni office. He has done some work on lung, tennis, sports, cricket. All these inputs we gave him. And Raghavan then created a song in Tamil. It's a humorous song. Let's play that song.
அழைப்பிதழை படித்தருள்வி எந்த அழைப்பிதழை படித்தருள்வி நின்று தழைத்து எமை மேன்மேலும் பெருக வைக்கும் பேருதவி அழைப்பிதழை படித்தருள்வீர் புத்தியும் புலமை நிறை சக்தியும் புத்தியும் புலமை நிறை சக்தியும் உலகெங்கும் யுக்திசாலிகள் நிறையவே நடைமுறையில் யுக்திசாலிகள் நிறையவே ஜகம் புகழ நித்தம் நம் உயர் கல்வி சாலையாலித்திரு நாட்டிற்கும் வீட்டிற்கும் நலம் செய்ய பொருளுதவி அழப்பிதழை படித்தருள்வீர். ரோகம் தவிர்க்கமே ஞானம், ரோகம் தவிர்க்கமே ஞானம், விளையாட்டு யோகம் விளக்க விஞ்ஞானம், வளரவே போகம் மிக தேவையன்றோ, போகம் மிக தேவையன்றோ, ஆகவே ராகமணி பாட்டுக்கு நங்கி மாநிதியுதவி அழைப்பிதழை படித்தருள்வீர். எந்த அழைப்பிதழை படித்தருள்வீர், நின்று அழைப்பிதழை படித்தருள்வீர்.
So, this song is in the Raga Shri, a reference to wealth, and it's a humorous account of Dean Mahesh's appeal for funds from alumni. It is as if he is pitching using this song, mentioning path-breaking research in lung diseases and sports statistics among other tech developed in IITM. And he says we can't do more of these great things at our renowned institute without funding from our own alumni. Big hand to Professor Mahesh, big hand to Raghavan.
Professor, we have the USB with the file behind the award for you.
That is there. Also, what we did,
We request you to stay on stage. Just a small Q&A session.
also what we did was there is also a special song that we have created for the director that is in Raga Saraswati, and we will play to him later. This is Raga Shri.
Will we get translation of the song?
Can open a few questions for the panel, if you may.
I am Radhakrishnan. Question to Shyamala. This IIT Alumni Association should have an alumni library which will contain all the books written by all the alumni of IIT Madras.
So, I'm happy to say, sir, that we do have a library available online on our IITMAA.org. So, thank you for the wonderful suggestion. And
now we should have a library offline also.
On offline also, we will.
And it should have all the books written by the alumni from 1959 batch to 2013.
That's right. This is also a wonderful opportunity to request Professor Mahesh for a little bit more space.
Hello, sir. My name is Atul Singh, and my question is to Dean. So, sir, we have corpus everywhere. I mean, CCW, even alumni have raised so much fund. Do we have any plan to use this corpus for the subsidized education? Because in my time, I remember I studied on around 50K per semester. I think it has substantially increased for the incoming graduates. So do we have any roadmap for it?
Sure, we do. Today the fee has substantially increased to 2 lakhs, but it is even today at least 6 rupees to 1 rupee subsidy. So the true cost of education is about 12 lakhs, and the student is only paying 2 lakhs. So we do have, and even the 2 lakhs is quite steep for a lot of students. So we today have about 150 students that are fully supported on alumni funded scholarships, alumni and corporate philanthropy funded scholarships on endowment, on corpus, as you said. And there are several more that are funded on a pay as you go model. So this year, to really build on that initial success, we've launched a program where we want to create a completely need blind scholarship program where any student below parental income 5 lakhs will be able to study at IIT Madras without experiencing any financial distress. And every year we see almost about 400 students coming in that category across all branches. So that means we'll need to support almost about 1,500 to 1,600 students on this scholarship. And that requires an endowment of about 250 crores. And we have now begun the process of fundraising that 250 crore endowment. And once we achieve that, we believe any student entering IIT Madras through their individual hard work will not have to experience financial distress during their time at IIT Madras. We've seen some initial commitments and an extremely high enthusiasm from several alumni donors to help us bridge this 250 crore ask. And maybe in a few months, we'll come back to you with a full report card where we can tell you that several thousand alumni have stepped up to make a change for this scholarship program.
Anyone else for any question? I think we're done with the questions. Thank you so much for your time. I now I request Shamla Krishnan and Jaypreet to please stay on the stage. I now invite Professor Sriram, alumni of IIT Madras and IITMAA's election officer, to kindly come on stage and introduce the new executive committee.
It's kind of hardly an introduction. I think we did have an online program where the election results were tabulated and announced. And we have also had our president and others welcome our incoming president. But it is my honor and pleasure as the election officer to officially announce to the AGM the results of our election. We had, I think, the highest vote turnout ever this time, I think. But please don't ask, it's a 3% turnout. It's still the highest we have ever had. Year-on-year growth is very impressive and so on. But we should, we try to get more people to participate and vote, which I think they are doing. So it's my pleasure to announce formally the results of the election. For president, we have Shamala Rajaram, 1995 alumnus. For vice president, we have Yadav Shankaran, 1976 alumnus.
Yadav, you can go on stage, please.
For secretary, we have Sridhar B, a 1991 alumnus. For treasurer, we have Sri Krishnan CR, again a 1991 alumnus. For joint secretary India, we have Neha Mishra, 2017 alumnus. For joint secretary overseas, we have Arun Kumar, 2007 alumnus. He is overseas. For executive committee members, two Chennai based, we have Professor Natarajan, 1969 alumnus, and Atul Singh, 2014 alumnus. And the last post is the executive committee member India, Dr. Subramaniam, 1970 alumnus.
What is an AGM without some drama, right?
See, so it's my now pleasure and honor to hand over the Shengol. So to Shamala. And yes, I'll come. And of course, with this Shengol, we have handed over this thing of great responsibility to Shamla and wish her all the very best.
Thank you, Professor Sriram. Shamla, President of IIT Madras Alumni Association, can we have the President's address, please?
Thank you, Krishnan, and dear alumni friends, thank you so much for electing me as the president of IIT Madras Alumni Association. And it really takes great pride to take over from Krishnan, the past president, under his leadership. We have definitely brought in, like Mahesh said, tremendous momentum to the IIT Alumni Association, and very excited. And I'm sure that this upward trajectory is going to just only double in the years to come. And today, as I take over as the new president, I would like to take this opportunity to share the 4 directions for IITMAA that would guide us through the next 2 years. The 4 directions are, the first is that we will focus on giving inwards to ourselves. Focus on initiatives that are for the alumni, like Mahesh said, those that elected us. Initiatives that assist in the growth and development, well-being, and maybe other benefits for the alumni themselves, similar to the We Care and the lifelong learning programs being some examples that we already have. The second would be to give sideways to one another or to each other. Initiatives that help alumni support each other, networking, accruing both personal and professional benefits. The third, give back to the institute. Initiatives that involve alumni volunteering time and knowledge that will assist in engaging with the current students, and also in activities that enhance the institute's reputation. And as Professor Kamakoti suggested, this could be in the areas of sustainability and AI and such. The fourth would be to give around and outward to society. Yes, we as alumni have been very privileged, and to contribute to broader society and nation at large must be a part of an agenda that we could all do together. These, so give inward to ourselves, give sideways to one another and to each other, give back to the institute, and give around outward to society will be the direction for IITMAA. I also take pleasure in welcoming all my co-EC members, VP Yadav Murthy, who will be our VP, Secretary and dear friend Sridhar, Treasurer Sri Krishna, Joint Secretary Neha Mishra and Arun Kumar, EC members Atul Singh, Professor Natarajan and Dr. Subramaniam. Before I conclude, I must say I have a short poem. Unfortunately, I didn't write it like Rags did, nor can I sing it like Rags did. But yes, with the help of ChatGPT. In the land of memories, I take a glance into Mardi Gras and Sarang's dance. OAT movie nights with pillows piled high, laughter and joy under a starry sky. Cycling through campus with wind on your hair, to the department a journey so fair. Workshops and lectures, minds wide awake, filling our hearts with knowledge's sake. Cups of chai, buns at Taram's embrace, moments of bonding, time and space. From GC to gate, walk side by side, friendships embrace an endless stride. Thoughts of near misses, exams we survived, core courses conquered, in knowledge we thrived. Through highs and lows, we stood strong and true. A team creating miracles, me and you. Now, as time moves on, our paths reunite. Alumni united, shining ever so bright. Creating value and impact, hand in hand we stand. Together weaving future, a purposeful band. For in this shared journey, a legacy we engrave. Alumni coming together, strong and brave. With passion and unity, we shape destiny's course, a tapestry of achievements, a boundless force. As I take on this new role, request of all your participation. So together with passion and unity, we shape the destiny's course. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shamla. We're now here at the very special agenda of the AGM today. IITMAA recognizes the efforts of our support staff, the staff of the ecosystem, the alumni volunteers who have given their time and passion that has led to the success of our impact in the community as a whole. The awards have been decided based on special criteria for each of them, number of programs involved, and the impact on the various initiatives. The first award, we're recognizing the silent, behind the stage supporters of IIT Madras who have helped and stood there for each and every IITMAA's events from the beginning till the end. So these awards go to Vijaya, Raju. I request Krishna Narayanan to please come on stage to give these awards. Vijaya, Raju, Kalai Selvi, Geeta, Sudha, Shashi, Mani, Shankar, Sundar, Saran Raj, and Srinivasa Rao. Please come on the stage. Please. Please. Who should give this? Please kindly, the awardees take the right side of the stage. We request all of you to please come on stage. Thank you. You can just hand it over to each one. Please come to the center of the stage so we can take a photo with you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your timely support. Thank you one and all. I now request Shamla Rajaram to come on stage to give the next set of awards. IIT Madras is a big whole ecosystem, and without working in sync with the rest of the ecosystem, IITMAA is nothing. So the next set of awards goes to the ecosystem team. I would like to call Revati Ma'am, Director Secretary, Ilavarsi, Karan, Rajalakshmi, Priyadarshini, Mahalakshmi, Suman, Angelina. Please a little faster. Thank you. Sudhakar Reddy, Prakash S, Arun Kumar, Sendil from the Alumni Center, Narayan Perumal, Swaminathan from Dost Office, Satya from TGH, and Aarti from the Research Park. Shamla, can you please move to the center? Shamla, can you please move to the center? Please move to the center. Thank you. Thank you all of you for replying to the number of phone calls that we do to you and the number of emails we send to you and the number of follow-ups we do. Thank you so much. Moving on to our IITMAA Recognition Awards, I would like to call Yadav to please give the next set of awards. Young Alumni Awards goes to Neha Mishra, Rajiv Bayasar, Akash Tareen, Utsav Bharadwaj and Sudarshan Anil Karant. Unfortunately, Rajiv, Akash and Utsav cannot make it today. But thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you, Neha. I now call upon Professor Mahesh to give the next set of awards. IITMAA's Dynamic Volunteer. These awards go to Karthik Vaidyanathan, Shrikant Sundarajan. Yeah, to give the awards. Karthik, Shrikant Sundarajan. I know Shrikant's here, yeah. Dr. Mridula Nair and Ravi Chandran S. Thank you. Our next award is a Dynamic Opportunity Provider, which goes to Dr. Sapna Poti, but unfortunately she couldn't make it here today. But thank you, Sapna, for all your efforts. I want to now call Professor Nagarajan to give the... Professor Nagarajan? To give the next set of awards, which is the Inspirational Speaker Awards. I call Pradeep Gulepalli, Cyril Patrick Fernandez. Cyril couldn't be here, but I invite Irene, his sister, to collect the award on his behalf. Professor Satya Chakravarti and Professor Balaraman Ravindran. I request TL Prasad to please come on stage to give the next set of awards. IITMAA's, thank you, Professor. IITMAA's Coaching Champions. Coaching champions are very special to us. The number of hours that have gone into mentoring one-on-one with alumni and the students has created a lot of impact in their lives. Coaching champion goes to Kenneth Lobo, Kameshwara Rao, Deepak Pandey, Sridevi Dugirala, Sundara Raghavan Tangirala, Hemant Kumar Tripeti, Anand Kumar and Mukundan Santanam. Hemant has been Yari buddy and has had the most number of conversations on the platform. a mentor in the CLICK program for more than two cohorts. Thank you. Moving on to the group awards, I now call Sri Krishnan to come and give the awards. IITMAA is nothing without the chapters. And we want to let you all know that all the chapters did very well, but we had to select only 3 chapters. And IITMAA Shining Chapter number 1 goes to Hyderabad. I request Manish Jain, who's here all the way from Hyderabad, to collect the award on behalf of all of the volunteers of Hyderabad. The other 4 volunteers are Sandeep, Akhil, Anirudh, Anush, Ganesh, Harika, Himtej, Karthik, Yad, Rajalakshmi, Priyanka, Rugada, Saikiran, Srujan, Tejavat and Vaishnavi. The next award goes to Shining Chapter goes to Chennai. I request Malati Raghunath, Chapter Chair, to please come on stage and receive the award. I also request the other core members, Sridhar, Aditya, Prashant Vasu, Anuradha, Kelita, Srinivasa Gopal, Shrikant, Professor Arun Tangirala and Kulashekaran to also come and receive your award. Thank you. Any guesses which is the third chapter which is receiving the award? IITMAA's third shining chapter goes to Bangalore. So I request Ramaswamy, who's here all the way from Bangalore, to please come on stage to collect the award. Let's take a photo before that. Along with Ramaswamy, we also have the other core team members, Mr. Badri Narayanan, Vinod Kalotkar, Niket Dixit, Ravi Narayanan, Sudarshan, Narayana R.A. and Neil Patil. Is Niket Dixit's brother Mayank here? Yes, Mayank Dixit is here to collect the award on his behalf. Sri Krishnan, where is he? There's one more award. Sorry, I gave you too many awards. I want to call Dr. Subramaniam on stage to give the next set of awards, please. Moving on, we have IITMAA's Best Initiative Awards. The first award is the Societal Impact Award, which goes to Biren Vora from Mumbai. He's here all the way from Mumbai to collect his award. Mr. Lakshmi Prasad Putta, Kumar Natesayar, and G. Shashank. Best Initiative Societal Impact. The next award goes to the AquaMap team. Can I have the whole AquaMap team headed by Professor Ligi Philip to please come on stage. Along with Vijaya. Big round of applause for them. please. Please. Can you all come a little front? The photograph is better in front. Thank you. The next set of awards are, I request Mr. Ashok, who's come all the way from Kerala, to please give the award. Best initiative, the next initiative goes to thought leadership. Can we all have a round of applause for Professor T. Pradeep, Professor C. Ram Ramakrishna, Professor R. Nagarajan, Mr. C.M.A. Nair, T. Muralidharan, Anant Agastya, Professor Ashwin Mahalingam, Mr. J.A. Chowdhury, Mr. Raghu Dharmaraju, Mrs. Shubha Kumar, and Mr. Shri Kumar. Can we have Sridhar on stage to give out the next award, please? Best initiative goes to Women in STEM. Chudar, Dr. Ravi Shankar, who will also be accompanied by his team, Mangai and Padmini. 3 cheers for them. Mrs. Raji Bhaskaran, Professor Shanti Bhattacharya, Professor Preeti Agalyam, Ms. Shalini Puchapalli, and Sri Vidya. Can we have Neha Mishra on stage to give the next award, please? I request Neha Mishra to come on stage. The next award goes to Societal Impact Community Support. I request Professor Sirish Chowdhury to please come on stage. Yes, please. Mr. Devilal Sharma. Ujjwal Neema. Is Ujjwal here? Rutik Ravindran. Professor Devendra Jalhal. Mr. Mohan Narayanan. Mr. Vidya Shankar and Mr. Raju Rajagopal. We take individually.
Does it work?
It does.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please bear with me. I am Shirish Chaudhary. I used to be in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences during 1988 and 2015. Professor Mahesh just now spoke very thoughtfully, and so did Sri Ram and others. And they said this institute offers best of facilities and best of opportunities to all of you. I totally agree, but it comes at a cost. There are many communities in India, even today, as of now, where schools and things like healthcare system do not exist. I thank you, Krishnan, you personally, and IIT Madras Alumni Association for reaching one of those places. Can you, ladies and gentlemen, join me in clapping for Krishnan and IIT Madras Alumni Association? Thank you very much, please.
Thank you, sir. The next set of awards goes to our dear student bodies who have worked very closely with us. I request Krishnan Narayanan to come on stage to give the awards, please. IAR Students Council, IIT MTV and IIT ARC team, please welcome you on stage.
So I also want to acknowledge Professor Ilango, Anna University, who actually works with Professor Sri. She's the trustee on the, please.
Thank you, Professor. We want to also take this opportunity to thank the IITM Office of Institutional Advancement team headed by Kavi Raj. So please come on stage and get your award, please. Sujata can join in as well. I'm not sure who else is not there. Oh. I now call Dean Professor Mahesh to come on stage to please hand over a token of achievement for the existing EC members. Celebrating the accomplishment of IIT Madras Alumni Association's 5,000 Ignited Minds and Mission Million Smiles, this award is now presented to Krishnan Narayanan, Shamla Rajaram, Prasad TL, Yadav Murthy, Jayapriya Devi, Ms. Shubha Kumar, Mrs. Shubha. We can take one group photo, please, in interest of time. We're missing out. Sorry. In case we have forgotten anyone, we're sorry. But we have one last thank you to support our IITM Heritage Center team. So can I have Mamta and Mr. Kumaran on the stage, please, along with Professor Nagarajan. Thank you. Shamla, I request you to give this award to the Heritage Center team.
We now request the IITMAA office to join us on stage. We have a small token of our appreciation for their journey with us. Hey Ram, Rakesh. I will come. Where you go?
Okay. The thing starts with Nishani Manohar. Nishani Manohar. Let's have a huge round of applause for her. And then we have Papia. Can we have Papia, please? Maha. Rakesh. Ram, Maha, Ram, Vinod, Maha, Kesavan and Palaniammal, the two people who sustain us the most. Thank you for that very kind gesture. Thank you so much. We have a small entertainment program for you before you can head out to dinner. It's going to be sort of a jugalbandi between Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi. I want to introduce the teachers, Prithvija Balagopalan. Prithvija Balagopal began training in Bharatanatyam at the age of 5 under the supervision of her father, Master Professor late Sri C.K. Balagopalan. Currently, she is mentored under Sri Srijit Krishna at Shraddha Foundation. Prithvija has been associated with the Pratishrut Art IITM since 2016. Kuchipudi Natyam teacher Kalpana Srinivas began her training under Kuchipudi Natyam at the age of 4 in Visakhapatnam. She did her junior fellowship in Kuchipudi from the Department of Culture, Government of India. Having teaching experience of more than 2.5 decades, Kalpana is presently conducting Kuchipudi Natyam classes inside the IIT campus under the banner Pratishrut Art IIT Madras for 9 years. I'm going to hand over the mic to the dancing team.
Namaskaram. We'll be presenting Nandi Chol. Nandi Chol refers to the syllables that originated from Nandi's Mridangam. It is believed that Lord Shiva danced to those syllables when Nandi played the Mridangam. Nandi Chol is an interval of pure nritta dance involving intricate rhythmic gestures and footwork. Shiva steeds the bull Nandi seen in the outer precinct of Shiva temple, who is invoked by the name Nandi throughout the segment along with other Nandi Chullu, other Chollukattu, an expression of pure sound. In this invocatory piece, you can witness Lord Shiva being greeted by Nandi's joyful playing of Mridangam. Nandi, Shiva's Vahanam, and guardian deity of Kailas. Here you can see Nandi playing Mridangam joyfully and sees Shiva and welcomes him. Shiva gives the entry and joins Nandi and continues the conversation. Feel the vibration of the Mridangam and Shiva's cosmic dance through this Nandi Cholla. This has been composed by Sri Ramesh Babu, choreographed by Sri Srijit Krishna, set to Khanda Triputatalam.
Nam, nam, tum, dhi, tang, ge, di, ta, nam, nam, tum, dhi, tang, ge, ta, nam, nam, tum, dhi, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, ta, dim, di, na, tum, ta, dim, di, na, tum, ta, di, na, tum, ta, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, dan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, dan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, dan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, dan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, di, tan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, dan, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, nam, tum, di, tang, ge, da, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, dim, din, na, tum, nam, di, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, nam, di, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, ta, nam, di, ta, dim, din, na, tum, tang, ge, tam, ta, ki, ta, tum, ta, ki, ta, tum, ta, ki, ta, nam, ta, ki, ta, da, ki, ta, dik, ki, ta, rum, ki, ta, nam, ki, ta, da, dik, ka, da, ka, da, ki, ta, tam, ge, nam, di, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, nam, di, ta, dim, din, na, tum, ta, ta, nam, di, ta, dim, din, na, tum, tam, ge, tam, ta, ki, ta, dim, ta, ki, ta, tum, ta, ki, ta, nam, ta, ki, ta, da, ki, ta, dik, ki, ta, rum, ki, ta, nam, ki, ta, da, dik, ka, da, ka, da, ki, ta, tam, ge, nam, ta, di, ta, ku, kum, ta, di, ki, ta, ta, ka, da, di, tum, nam, ta, di, ta, ki, ta, tum, ta, ta, nam, ta, di, ta, ku, kum, ta, di, ki, ta, ta, ka, da, ta, di, ti, tum, nam, ta, di, ta, ki, ta, tum, nam, ta, di, ta, ku, kum, ta, di, ki, ta, ta, tam, ta, ta, nam, ta, di, ta, ku, kum, ta, di, ki, ta, ta, di, nam, ta, di, ta, ku, kum, tati kita taratanam tatita kukum tati kita taram nam di tatinginnatum nam di tatinginnatum nam di tatinginnatum tam kita taka tati kita tum kita taka tati kita tum kita taka tati kita tum nam di tatinginnatum nam tatinginnatum nam di tatinginnatum tam kita taka tati kita tum kita taka tati kita tum kita taka tati kita tum nam di tatinginnatum nam tatinginnatum nam di tatinginnatum tam tadik kita taka tati kita tum tadik kita taka tati kita tum tadik kita taka tati kita tum 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 kita taka tati kita tum.
Next is Kuchipudi. Kuchipudi is a classical dance form of Andhra Pradesh which has its roots of the Yakshagana Paddhati or the dance drama tradition. The art form later evolved into a solo repertoire holding on to its origin of the dramatic element. Today, we will be presenting Marakata Manimaya Chela, a solo dance piece in praise of Lord Krishna. He is described as the one who is adorned with golden robes studded with precious gems, who is as beautiful as 1,000 cupids put together. He is the incarnation of Lord Sri Narayana, the supreme power who is devoid of Adi, the beginning, Anta, the end. He is the beloved of Radha and the one who fills the hearts of beautiful Gopikas with love and divine happiness. G.V. Kavya will now be presenting Marakata Manimaya Chela set to Arabhiragam and Aditalam, a composition of Sri Uttukadu Venkata Subbayar, choreographed by our Guru Padma Bhushan Dr. Vempat Chinna Satyangaru in the Kuchipudi dance form.
మణిమయను పురచరణ తకదిక తోం తక తోం తక ధిరణ కనకమణిమయను పురచరణ తకదిక తోం తక తోం తక ధిరణ కనకమణిమయను పురచరణ తకదిక తోం తక తోం తక ధిరణ కనకమణిమయను పురచరణ
తజం తత్తగిట తదితంగిట తగిట తజం తత్తగిట దిం 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 తజం తత్తగిట తదితంగిట తగిట తం తతుం తత దిం తత తజం తత్తగిట తదితంగిట తగిట తజం తత్తగిట తగిట గిరిగిరిగిరిదుం తజం తత్తగిట తగిట గిరిగిరిగిరిదుం తజం తత్తగిట తగిట గిరిగిరిగిరిదుం కనకమణిమయను పురచరణ కల్పిత కలితలు సత్వని మార్తన కాళీయ మార్తన ఘటిత జనాదన కాం ఘటిత తత తత ధిమి తత జను తరి మగరి దరి మప తజను తరి మగరి తజం జం తరి తది తామిన తప మగరి తది వినత మార కాద మణి
Namaskaram. Before we conclude the performance with the Tillana, I would like to take pleasure in thanking the Alumni Association IIT Madras for giving us this wonderful opportunity this evening. On behalf of Prithvija Balagopalan, the Bharatanatyam Upadhyayini, and myself, Kalpana Srinivas, and our students, we are highly privileged to be here and part of your meet this evening today. I would like to thank Nishani for giving us this opportunity, and of course Papia and Mr. Rakesh for coordinating for all the other logistics for the performance. And of course, thank you one and all for your patient presence for the evening. Do bless the children to move ahead in this dance form. Thank you very much. On to Tillana.
A beautiful Tillana set to Kadanakutuhala Ragam Aditalam by Padma Vibhushan Dr. Mangalampalli Balamurli Krishna, where the lyrics or the Sahityam describes Radha as the one who surrenders herself to Krishna's Murali or the flute music. This piece is performed as a Jugalbandi, showcasing both the classical dance forms, Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, simultaneously on stage. Bharatanatyam is choreographed by Ms. Prithvija Balagopalan, and Kuchipudi is choreographed by Kalpana Srinivas. Thank you.
Natritadim tananam tadaradani nadridritum nadridritum tritillilana natritadim tananam nadritatim tananam dadadadani nadritum nadritum ritilidana 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 nadritatim tananam dadadadani nadritum nadritum ritilidana
tattajam tattajam tajam ta jam ta jam kradagradum 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 tattajam tattajam tajam ta jam kradagradum tattajam ta kradagradum tajam tajam ta kradagradum tajam ta tajam tajam ta jam kradagradum jam kradagradum takatiku 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 kradagradum
nadritatim tananam dadadadani nadritum nadritum ritilidana gapasu tagitajam madani tagitajam gapasu tagitajam madani tagitajam gapasu tagitajam sarira basayira magayla nadritatim tananam dadadadani nadritum nadritum ritilidana nadritatim tananam dadadadani nadritum nadritum ritilidana tarikitajam tarikitajam tajanota tarigidatagaditalangu tagadarigidatagadittalangu to ridom ridom tillana ditillana ditillana tillana ditillana ditillana tillana ditillana ditillana sari magari sare re madari gagga pasa sari da maga pamaga nadritatim tananam dadadadani nadritum nadritum ritilidana nadritatim tananam dadadadani nadritum nadritum ritilidana nadritatim tananam vadanamade viresane adaramade muresane vadanamade viresane adaramade muresane madhuraganam baje nanurali manoharurane madhuraganam baje nanurali manoharurane madana kadana kudugaludu rambana madana kadana kudugaludu rambana madana kadana kudugaludu rambana virana 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 rave vadanamade virisane adaramade murisane madhuraganam bajena తరిగిడ జం తాజనుతా తరిగిడ తగ తగ దిత్తణంగు తగ తరిగిడ తగ తగ దిత్తణంగు తో ధృతో ధృతో తిల్లాన దిత్తిల్లాన దిత్తిల్లాన తిల్లాన దిత్తిల్లాన దిత్తిల్లాన తిల్లాన దిత్తిల్లాన దిత్తిల్లాన సారి మగారి సరీరి మొదలు తరి గగ సరి గమ మగ మగరి ధీం తన్ననం తనరని నదరతో నదరతో ధృతిల్లాన నదరతి తన్ననో నదరని నదరతో నదరతో ధృతిల్లాన నదరతీం తన్నన నదరతీం తన్నన నదరతీ తన్నన
Lovely. Thank you so much, girls. It's a wonderful performance. I want to introduce the 5 performers to you. Our Bharatanatyam performers, Advika, 8th class student of Navdisha Montessori Foundation. Yamini Sridhar, working for Optum Healthcare and Technologies as a process executive. Kavya Nagarajan, final BCom student. Kuchipudi performers, Prajanana Deepika, physiotherapy intern at Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education, Porur. And Kavya GV, a mechanical engineer, works at Hitachi Energy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kalpana. It was lovely. Thank you. Left the best award for the last. I request Shamala and Krishnan to please come on stage to give this award. The best initiative, societal impact, goes to the Societal Impact Action Group of IIT Madras Alumni Association. 10 of them regularly meeting every Saturday to work on their agenda items, their plans. Number of collaborations are taken place through the SIAG group. I now call Mr. Achutan, Dr. Hiran Vedam, Dr. Mohan R, Mukund N, Mr. Ramakumar G, Dr. Shivakumar, Dr. Suresh Moni, Mr. Suresh N, Mr. Tilak JV, and Mr. Shashi Rao. Big round of applause for them. Can you all step ahead? Please, one step in front. Sir. Thank you. I now call Maluti Raghunath. Please give the vote of thanks for the evening.
Hello, everyone. It's been my absolute privilege to give the vote of thanks for this august audience. I'd like to start off with the thanks to our chief guest here today, the Grandmaster Vishwanath Anand, and the 95 alumna, Shrivi, who led the chat, Dean Mahesh, and for his leadership, and the entire alumni office for the absolute support for this program, and to that mellifluous Raghavan, who did that muddle, right? The current and new executive members and all the chapter chairs, Professor Sri Ram, who actually facilitated this election. Thanks to you, sir. I'd like to thank all the awardees for having put their time into the volunteering efforts for making this IITMAA grand success. The Kutuhalam-filled dancers who enthralled us today under the able guidance of Guru Kalpana and Guru Prithvija. Thank you all to the IITM volunteers, the student volunteers who made this a grand success, Western staff and event managers who helped with arrangements, and thank you for this great audience. Thank you.
We now close the AGM. Thank you.